Yo, what is up YouTube? James Baek here, and welcome back to another episode of VGC 17 Back-to-Back Battles. Now, before this video starts, I just want to say that video content might be slowing down for the next few days. If you don't know, if you don't already follow me on Twitter, that I tweeted out that my grandmother, who passed away earlier today, so yeah, I mean, my grandmother, she was an amazing person. She made everyone near her smile. She was very kind to everyone and so nice, and I don't know, her smile was like innocence. It lay pictured innocence. So just wanted to get that out there because yeah, I mean, she lived a good life. She lived 90 years. And yeah, it's just been a crazy weekend. Yeah, so today we're going to be using the team of Slowpoke, Smeargle, Hariyama, Torkoal, Lilligant, and Nihilego. And you might be wondering, why are you playing? Shouldn't you be like taking a break or something? But if I know my grandmother or anyone who has passed away in my lifetime, and there's a lot of people that I know, I've known a lot of people, and I've seen death in front of my eyes before. I've witnessed people dying in front of my eyes before. A lot of people I know have died, so yeah, I'm kind of used to it. Kind of sad. This isn't supposed to be really a sad episode, but I know that they wouldn't want me just sitting here feeling sorry or bad or anything. They would want me to continue with my life. So today we're gonna continue that. We're gonna continue. So we're gonna be playing some games, and I think, yeah, so this team, I did play a bit off camera, and yeah, I've been kind of tilted for the past few days, so I kind of reset my rating, but yeah, we'll see how this team goes. It's been a very fun team to play with, so hopefully I can still play around with this team. We have Slowpoke, Smeargle, Hariyama, Torkoal, Lilligant, and Nihilego, as we have found our first opponent of the day. From Japan, 1518 rating. What are we going to see here? The Arcanine, Garchomp, Whimsicott, Kartana, Tapu Fini, and Celesteela. Okay, so 3 Pokemon that are weak to Torkoal. We had 3 Pokemon that resist it. Torkoal Lilligant is in a bad mode here. I think I want to go... I think Hariyama plus Slowpoke is a very fair lead. It just handles pretty much anything on my opponent's team. Yeah, I don't see a reason not to lead Slowpoke. Maybe Smeargle, I could redirect. Yet I feel like the play is just to lead Hariyama plus Slowpoke, since it does seem like a very solid lead against my opponent's team. We have my Torkoal, which I definitely am bringing. I think Lilligant in the back because it's good in the back for Pokemon such as Garchomp, as well as Tapu Fini. I could bring Nihilego, which would be pretty nice against all those options. Actually, maybe I should bring the Lilligant, because unless that's a Scarf Garchomp, I think Nihilego is just better in the matchup overall. I mean, Nihilego just gets 4 KOs, so my opponent might decide to lead a Steel mode, even though I do have the Sun option, might lead to Steel mode, because if I lead like Nihilego, Smeargle, and my opponent leads something that's really weak to that combination, like the Whimsicott, maybe to... I don't know, I don't think you bring Whimsicott if you know that Slowpoke does get Oblivious. You should know that Slowbro gets Oblivious because of its ability, so as Slowking, and they've been, you know, not the most successful in VGC, but they've had some accomplishments, so I think you should know that. But we'll see what my opponent does here. What am I going to be anticipating from leads and sets? Sets, Garchomp or Tapu Fini could be carrying, not Tapu Fini. Whimsicott will probably have the Z Crystal. Could be the Arcanine potentially, but that's more rare. And we are going to see the Tapu Fini Garchomp lead, so it looks like expecting the Slowpoke lead. That's going to make it harder for my Hariyama to get the Guts boost, as well as, yeah, this is going to be a bit interesting. Again, I don't really need my Hariyama. I'm pretty sure Moonblast is just going to go out into the Slowpoke slot. So I'll just go for the Trick Room right here. And I think I'll just go for a Fake Out into the Garchomp, because Tectonic Rage can be a thing. If this is Specs Fini 2, it'll probably just knock me out with Moonblast onto the Hariyama, which then I could get a free switch into my Torkoal and do some work. However, there are some concerns, obviously. One, what kind of item is that Garchomp? 2, what kind of Tapu Fini set this is. It could be a Calm Mind variant. Maybe I should have let Nihilego go, but leading Nihilego is a bad call against a potential Scarf Garchomp. It looks like Nihilego will be my end game plan because I think Nihilego can do really well in the end game. It's too bad I didn't lead off of it, but then again, I guess my opponent really didn't want to lead a potential double steal into Sun, so I will be able to get a fake out off into the Garchomp. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to tell its item here. As let's see here, what's my opponent going to do? It's going to be the Muddy Water coming out, so not even the Moonblast. I get to gauge how much damage this does to the rest of my team. It's going to be doing Specs damage, it looks like. Or that's just a crit on Slowpoke. Okay, so that doesn't look like Specs actually, now that I'm thinking about it. But right here, what I could go for is just a Heal Pulse into my Hariyama, since Slowpoke really can't do much otherwise. And I think I'll go for the close combat into Garchomp because I really need damage on this Garchomp right now. Garchomp, Tapu Fini, I'm guessing Arcanine is potentially in the back, and maybe one of the Steel types. That's kind of what I'm assuming here from what my opponent brought here. And I would like to weaken the Garchomp to put in the Eruption range. Tapu Fini can't do much in the Sun, so I feel like this is the best play potential here. As let's see what my opponent is going to go for. Muddy Water is also not going to be doing too much to Slowpoke, so I'm not really too concerned. And yeah, I wonder what this Garchomp's going to go for. Maybe it's going to protect here, which I could definitely see. Could be like, I don't think it switches. Oh, it does switch out actually. So maybe it is a Scarf one. And Arcanine's a Pokemon that I will gladly take because one, damage here really important. Maybe to put it in the range of the +2 Muddy Water, not Muddy Water, Eruption. Heal Pulse is going to come out into my Hariyama. However, maybe this wasn't the best play of Heal Pulsing. But then again, we are going to get a special defense drop, which would be really crucial here. As yeah, that Hariyama takes quite a bit of damage here. And let's see what the Tapu Fini goes for. It's going to be another Muddy Water. Maybe it is Specs and we'll be able to knock out the Hariyama. The first Muddy Water did a lot of damage, so maybe potentially. And it does. That's actually excellent for me because now I get to bring out my Torkoal and start clicking the Eruptions for free here. And basically, I need to get rid of the Steel type potentially on my opponent's team because that Steel type is going to be very annoying for my Nihilego. So I will just start clicking Eruption here and the Surf, which should be able to knock out Arcanine. Maybe if it's an Assault Vest that it can hang on. I could also Surf Solar Beam here, which I actually think might be the better play because getting the knockout on Tapu Fini seems better. And also I don't have to take a Muddy Water range. The worst thing Arcanine can really do is Extreme Speed or potentially a Wild Charge in the Slowpoke slot. But I'm not sure if Wild Charge will KO unless it's boosted. And Torkoal will still get the Weakness Policy boost. So I don't fear we're in too bad of a position. I guess the worst case scenario from this turn is if one Solar Beam doesn't knock out Tapu Fini, which it might not KO the Tapu Fini, as well as the fact that, let's see here, one, the fact that Garchomp, if my Nihilego is forced to come out, it will be slower than my Nihilego, and I don't think Torkoal can knock it out at +2. So we are going to be able to get a Solar Beam off here into the Tapu Fini slot. And let's see if this is actually going to be able to pick up the knockout, because Tapu Fini is a very extremely defensive Pokemon based on 130 special defense. Yes, it does. Okay, great. So Tapu Fini goes down there. That's one huge Pokemon out of the way, and it is a Wild Charge. Will this be able to pick up the knockout on Slowpoke? It doesn't, which is very good here. But Extreme Speed is looking like a threat here. Extreme Speed is definitely looking like a threat here, and the Garchomp is looking even much more of a threatening Pokemon here. Yep, this Garchomp is going to come out. So I don't think I can really do anything. +2 Eruption won't KO the Garchomp for sure. And if he does have the Tectonic Rage, I feel like I am in a very bad position. Yeah, I think I have to hope that the Garchomp doesn't have Tectonic Rage, or maybe it's Scarf. But I will go for the Heal Pulse plus Eruption, because even if I Extreme Speed, even if he Extreme Speeds, there's like no point, as he actually goes into Torkoal. So I get a Heal Pulse off into my Torkoal. That's actually better, because I get more damage on this Garchomp. And we'll see what this Garchomp does here. But unfortunately, if it's still a Tectonic Rage, I'm still not in the best spot here. So +2 Eruption, not going to be able to pick up the knockout on Garchomp, unfortunately. As what are we going to see here? It's going to be the Earthquake. So that's a lot better for me. That really is a lot better, because the Torkoal will survive this. My Nihilego will be able to come in for free here. And yeah, I'll be able to go for the Flamethrower or Solar Beam and knock out this Garchomp. So it's not too bad of a situation here, in my opinion. But Nihilego is going to come out here. Kartana's gonna be my opponent's last Pokemon. Okay. That makes things scary. That makes things really scary, actually. Because now I can definitely lose here. I guess I'll double up into Kartana. I'm pretty sure Eruption should still finish off the Garchomp. I mean, if you double protect here, I think I'm screwed either way. So let's see. I don't like this position, but if the Kartana's like a choice item or doesn't carry protect, oh, the match is gonna be forfeit. So I think it was one of the choice item Kartanas. So my opponent must have thought, oh, I cannot win because my Kartana cannot protect, and most likely I'm gonna go down to Eruption here from, or a Heat Wave potentially from both of my Pokemon. So looks like the Kartana, I bet it would be Choice Scarf or potentially AV there. So luckily we are able to pick up a win. I'm not sure if I liked how I played that game. I mean, yes, I think it was my best potential lead, but if I led Nihilego, I think Nihilego could have just potentially just swept my opponent's entire team. So yeah, I think that's something I could have done better. We got our second opponent today, Nils from Switzerland, 1610 rating. No, I don't think this is a Nils who got top 8 at Worlds. I think he has a different tag, so this is going to be interesting. But we see the team of Porygon 2, Garchomp, Arcanine, Tapu Lele, Pheromosa, and Mux. So let us see. I don't know what to really expect here. Muk is always a tough matchup, but luckily there's no weather on my opponent's team, and it looks like everything goes down to +2 Eruption. Well, not everything. There's Torkoal, there's the Arcanine, and there's the Garchomp. So those are two annoying Pokemon that I have to get rid of. I could lead Sun. Like, Sun is actually very free. My opponent doesn't have a way to stop the lead seed the combination of my I guess the question is, do I want to go the route that I want to go for, which is the Trick Room mode, which could sweep my opponent's team, or I could lead Nihilego Smeargle, which actually does seem like a safer lead with Torkoal and Lilligant in the back, which I actually think is better in retrospect, just because of the fact that my opponent's team doesn't look like it would have a Scarf Garchomp, so Hidden Power Ice should be able to knock out the Garchomp. Could be potentially Scarf Lele, but I can redirect its attacks with Follow Me Smeargle. So, and I'm not sure, I think you lead maybe Lele Muck here. I think that would be the call. I think it would be Lele Muck, and there's going to be a few Mind Games turn 1 if that's the case. I think you lead Lele Muck. It's going to be Tapu Lele Pheromosa. So I could let Sun here. Sun would have been a very nice lead here for me, as I will lead my Smeargle plus Nihilego. And I think turn 1 I'll go for... It really depends on what kind of Pheromosa this is, right? If it's physical or special. I think I want to Follow Me Sludge Bomb because I do expect it to be Scarf Tapu Lele. So I'm just going to fire off a Sludge Bomb here. I think it's a safe play because if I get rid of Tapu Lele, that's one Pokemon that can take a Eruption after you. And yeah, getting rid of Tapu Lele would be absolutely huge. Kind of wish I would led the Sun mode because I think the Sun mode would have been better here. But we'll see what my opponent allows me to do here, as I will get to Follow Me off. Let's see if it's Scarf Lele or not. It is going to be a U-turn coming out from the Pheromosa, so U-turn is going to come out into the Smeargle. Not going to be able to pick up the knockout, so it's either slow Scarf Lele or not Scarfed at all. Unless maybe it's like Jolly Pheromosa, which could be because the damage was not that great there. As Arcanine is going to come out for an Intimidate, but it doesn't really matter at this point. As let's see what the Tapu Lele is. Are you Scarf? Are you bulky that you can survive a Sludge Bomb? You are Scarf. Okay. That's good to confirm, as we will be able to get Smeargle out of there. And now the fact that I will be able to pick up the knockout onto Tapu Lele, so Tapu Lele will be going down to this Life Orb Sludge Bomb, which is nice. However, Arcanine is in a good position here, and I'm not exactly in the best position with my Pokemon. I think it comes down to how fast my Lilligant is, but I don't think my Lilligant's fast at all. 134. I think right now I have to go based on speeds, to be honest. Pheromosa comes in, it can go for all out pummeling potentially. As yeah, I have to go into Lilligant here. I can't lead I can't go into Torkoal. Maybe Trick Room would have been the better play, because Trick Room, well, if Garchomp's gonna come out, then that's fine. Garchomp comes out, that's fine because it's not Scarf. Okay, that's not too bad actually. I can go for a Sleep Powder into the Arcanine and a Hidden Power Ice into the Garchomp, I feel like. However, if Arcanine is faster, is there a way to prevent that? If Garchomp goes for Tectonic Rage and Arcanine protects, that's probably worst case scenario if I do Power Gem into that slot. Except I think the best play actually is to go for the Bloom Doom here with my Tapu Lele, because that would be able to knock out the Garchomp. I would assume it would be, at least. And I'll go for the Power Gem and the Arcanine, because even if we trade knockouts for Nihilego and Garchomp, as Garchomp's going to protect, so I think expecting the HP Ice here, I basically, what would have happened there is, let's say Arcanine protects, Garchomp goes for like Tectonic Rage and Nihilego slot. At least Nihilego goes down, I get the KO on Garchomp, and then I can go in a Torkoal and I could like Sleep Powder or After You Eruption. So there were a bunch of better possibilities for me. Then if I just went for the HP Ice into the Garchomp, then Arcanine goes for the Flare Blitz into my Lilligant slot, and it's faster than my Lilligant, which that's what I would be risking. Then Torkoal would come out with Nihilego on the side. However, we're dealing with Nihilego plus Arcanine, which could easily pick up KOs. So I did not want to do that in that case. So I'm going to be able to get the Bloom Doom damage off into the Garchomp, which really doesn't do too much here. As, let's see, I'll probably just Leaf Storm, double attack the Garchomp, because yeah, I think just doubling up the Garchomp is a fine play, because I don't know what kind of Pheromosa this is. Could be Z move, could be, you know, I don't think it's banded at all. But I'll just Leaf Storm here, and I'll go for the Hidden Power Ice. A double up will be able to knock out the Garchomp, or at least put in the range of After Eruption, which is kind of what I'm hoping for. If it U-turn kind of assumes, I would guess it would be, okay, it's going to be the Z move coming out from the Pheromosa, so let's see what's going to come out into. If it's Lilligant, I guess it comes down to like a Poison Jab can knock me out, which I don't think it will. All Out Pummeling is going to come out from the Pheromosa as expected here. It's going to come out to the Nihilego, so Nihilego is going to go down. As long as I hit the Leaf Storm, I'm in the most solid position I could potentially be in this game. So please, please don't crit, don't do anything, don't Rock Slide flinch me. Fire Fang, okay, don't flinch me, or crit. Okay, we do connect, and that should be game, because Leaf Storm should put in the Eruption range. Or just knock out the Garchomp thanks to a critical hit. The critical hit might have mattered in the knockout, but it did not affect my game plan of going for the After Eruption, because with the Sun Up, Lilligant would have been able to outspeed both the Pheromosa and the Garchomp, since we know none of them are Scarfed at this point, and we could go for the After Eruption and pick up a double knockout, because I think the Garchomp would have been in the red. So gonna be able to pick up a victory here with the After You, and I'll go for the Eruption, as the match is going to be forfeited, and that would be a good game to my opponent. So kind of liked how I played this game. I think I took the options that gave me the better better board positioning wise, even though like I could have potentially just knocked out the Garchomp, which could have been a big threat. I think I chose the plays where worst case scenarios, just basically the worst case scenarios, didn't put me in the worst position possible. I think that is what I basically did this game, and I really do think it was the best calls, because let me think. Yeah, like the one turn I power gemmed the Arcanine there was really good. Luckily it was my opponent didn't send in the Pheromosa, because Pheromosa would have, like, the turn you sent out to Garchomp, because Pheromosa was actually very annoying to my team. Like, Pheromosa was actually going to be annoying there when I sent out Lilligant, because luckily my opponent did send out the Garchomp. But my opponent is sent out the Pheromosa. It would have made things quite a bit difficult, because of the fact that I probably, it's like really hard to call there, because of the fact that, one, there's the Z move. I still don't know what kind of Pheromosa it is. It's probably U-turn, so I might be able to live one. But then, yeah, I'd be able to live one All Out Pummeling if I switched out Nihilego on the Torkoal, but yeah, no matter what, it was just looking pretty bad for me if Pheromosa was sent in. Luckily, it was just a Garchomp. Like, the game could have went completely different if Pheromosa was sent out, but luckily my opponent did send out the Garchomp instead. So I think we're going to cut till the last game, so we'll be right back for the third game. We got a 1571 player from Ireland as our third opponent of the day, with the team of Tapu Fini, Persian, Salamence, Marowak, Celesteela, and Snorlax. So it looks like Ralph Dude's team with a Tapu Fini over Tapu Koko, which is a very interesting adjustment here. How do I want to handle this? Nihilego does so well in this matchup. I just have to be worried about the Snorlax and Celesteela. Yeah, so there are a bunch of routes I could go for against this team. Well, I don't think the Eruption is the best call here. Well, the Slowpoke Eruption route. I think the best call would be the... maybe Sun Mode. I'm pretty sure you lead Persian plus something. I think I'm gonna go Hariyama here. Plus Nihilego. I don't think Smeargle... actually, Smeargle could Spore everything. However, there is the Tapu Fini. So I don't think that's the call. I think Torkoal plus Lilligant is pretty safe in the back. Because I want Fake Out Pressure, because Persian's most likely going to lead. I would expect Persian to lead. I'd expect maybe Persian Marowak or Persian Salamence potentially. I would definitely probably assume Persian Salamence. I don't expect Persian Tapu Fini to lead, although it could potentially be a lead from my opponent if you expect a hard Slowpoke Hariyama lead. But I'm definitely more expecting something like Persian Salamence, and I will definitely go for the Fake Out into Salamence turn 1, because Salamence is definitely a big threat here, and I cannot let it get set up, and Nihilego can threaten it with the HP Ice, so I think it's the best potential lead. I want Hariyama in this game because of the Snorlax factor as well, and it can hit Celesteela pretty hard with the Guts boosted close combat if we are able to get it off in this game. Might be a Misty Surge from Tapu Fini that could interfere with the game, but we're gonna see one of the best potential leads, I think, for my matchup, which is going to be the Snorlax combined with the Marowak here. And that's so good for me. That is actually amazing for me, because I could probably just go for the Fake Out in the Snorlax and the Power Gem into the Marowak. Of course, I don't expect you to allow your Marowak to go down this turn. I would highly doubt that, so I could see Snorlax switching out into, I think, Salamence would be the best play, I think, for my opponent. I really want to call the Salamence switching with the Snorlax, but I think I'm just going to Power Gem the Marowak. If there's going to be a Protect... oh, Marowak's going to switch out. So maybe Salamence is coming out here. No, it's going to be the Persian. So that's okay here, because of the fact that I do have my Snorlax Protects. I think it was Guts. I mean... or high horsepower, so this is a different variant for sure, but I get free damage onto the Persian. Free damage onto Persian is always nice, and Protect usually doesn't run high horsepower, as yeah, that's a lot of good damage onto the Persian, and a Sludge Bomb will be able to pick up the knockout. Is it not Berry on Persian? Or maybe I didn't activate its range, but it looks like it would be in range. Guts on the Hariyama, so that means close combat will be able to pick up a knockout onto the Snorlax. I really don't think that this Snorlax carries high horsepower. I would just so doubt it. I think it's like the Recycle variant. So I think I'm just going to Power Gem here into the Persian and close combat, because I don't feel like there's a risk here. I honestly don't feel like there's a risk here. I do not feel like there's going to be a high horsepower in that slot. And if it does, then that's just poor judgment on my part. But I feel like it shouldn't. As we do see the parting shot, it's going to go out into Nihilego. So this is a free close combat and a free Power Gem into my opponent's team. Let's see. I think Salamence is forced to come in and my opponent brought in the back, but that's damage. Like, I'm getting a lot of damage on my opponent's team, so I'll gladly take this. As Marowak's going to come out, I do not know about that. You just sacked your Snorlax, and the Power Gem's going to go out into the Marowak, which, yeah, even at -1, look at all that damage. You can't go for Flare Blitz anymore because you will knock yourself out in the recoil. Close combat's going to go into Snorlax. Guts boosted will be able to pick up the knockout onto the Snorlax. So Snorlax does go down here. And we're looking in a pretty good position, I feel like. Getting rid of that Snorlax. Persian's already weakened. Marowak's already weakened. I don't know. I don't know what my opponent has planned next, but we'll see what the next Pokemon will be. I would assume it's going to be Persian. Okay. Nihilego's good for whatever's in the back, so I do want to keep the Nihilego alive. I think switching to Lilligant's a fine play. I think I'll go for the close combat into... no, I don't want to close combat into Persian, because then Salamence could get a free setup. I kind of want a double switch, to be honest, because then I could go for After You Eruptions. Yeah, so I'm going to switch out Torkoal, and then I'm going to switch out Torkoal and Lilligant, because I am preventing that Salamence from setting up no matter what, because I'm thinking about my board position, because if I pick up a knockout by attacking the Persian here, that means Salamence could get a free Dragon Dance up, Of course, there's sleep powder potentials, but if I miss sleep powder, that would be pretty bad there. So I feel like this is the best play possible. Pretty sure it's just going to be a double up into that Lilligant slot. We'll see here. It's going to be the Quash, actually, and the Shadow Bone. Okay, that's a fair play. I understand that. So Quash coming out there. I totally forgot about that. As Lilligant is able to survive thanks to its bulk. And right here, I can fire off an After You and an Eruption. I don't see a reason not to. Even if Salamence comes in, it's going to be still taking a bunch of damage. And then I can always Sleep Powder as well. Yeah, this is looking really, really solid here for me. As I'll be able to after Eruption. And I'm guessing Persian switches out here. I think Persian would be forced to switch out if you want to get a fake out pressure. I think my opponent at this point either... Yeah, you have to say Persian. I think Salamence is the call here. Or Tapu Fini, okay. And I'm guessing Marowak protects then? But if I get rid of the Marowak, it's just looking so good for my Nihilego in the back. So After You is going to come out, and the Eruption here is going to be able to, you know, get that chip damage onto Tapu Fini. And next turn, I'll Bloom Doom the Marowak, pick up a KO. Even if it decides to double protect, I'm pretty sure Bloom Doom will be able to pick up the KO. And Solar Beam the Tapu Fini, because if you want to go for Muddy Water, as long as there's no accuracy drop, I'll be able to get the KO on the Tapu Fini. So I'll go for the Bloom Doom here into the Marowak, who might go for the double protect. I can definitely see the double protect. Or Tapu Fini is going to protect here, so that's completely fine. As we are going to get the KO on Marowak here, so nice. Getting rid of the Marowak here is huge. Getting rid of Marowak, pretty much all I have to do is get rid of Persian now, and I seal up the game with Nihilego. So Bloom Doom is going to come out, going to be targeting on the Marowak. I thought maybe my opponent's play would be to get the double protect, hope Lilligant targets down the Marowak or goes for the After Eruption, and it would be able to Muddy Water, pick up the knockout on Lilligant potentially, or it might, actually, I think it would. I still think it would. I still think Muddy Water, even in the Sun resisted, would be able to knock out the Lilligant. But yeah, luckily we're in such a good position now. And next turn, since Persian most likely doesn't carry Protect, because we saw Fake Out, Parting Shot, Quash, and you would have to assume the last move would be Foul Play, I can go for the Flamethrower into Persian, pick up a knockout, and then send out my Nihilego after the Lilligant gets knocked out here. Of course, there could be Muddy Water accuracy drops, which are always potential. I just double up the Persian here. Let us see. I guess worst case scenario is Fake Out into Torkoal. Yeah, Fake Out into Torkoal, I miss Leaf Storm. But I do connect Leaf Storm, and that should be the game because of the fact that I still have my... I still have my Nihilego. Nihilego's looking so good. Even if this Tapu Fini gets a Calm Mind up, it's... yeah, like it's still fine. Because all I need to do is put that Tapu Fini in range of my After You. All I have to do is like Solar Beam here. And Muddy Water is definitely not going to be able to knock out the Torkoal at this rate. And I think I'll sack my Hariyama here because I really don't need my Hariyama. So I'll just Solar Beam here. Go on to Hariyama because Hariyama's not really that useful. I mean, Faint for a guaranteed chip could be nice here. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that, you know, Hariyama will always live the Muddy Water anyway. It's in the sun anyway. So yeah, Muddy Water is going to come out. Hariyama avoids the attack here. As we are going to see the Muddy Water. Hopefully no accuracy drop. Otherwise, we should just be able to finish. Well, I don't think we would finish off the game. Pretty sure we'll put Tapu Fini in potentially a range of a berry here. As Weakness Policy is going to activate here. And Solar Beam is going to come out. How much damage is this going to do though? This is going to do a, I think 60%. Yeah, barely misses a knockout there. As we are going to see the berry pop from that Tapu Fini, and now I'm gonna go for the Faint Solar Beam. I mean, or I actually don't have. I actually can't go for Faint Solar Beam because the sun disappeared. Unfortunate timing. Could go for the Flamethrower though. Like, I'm not risking a Lilligant here because the Lilligant could still be a way out. So I'll just Fake Out Flamethrower here. I could feign Flamethrower because Protect is obvious, but I don't have to make that play. Like, I really don't have to. As Tapu Fini is gonna Protect here, so I could have fainted. But no matter what, like, I'm still in a fine position no matter what here. As we'll go for... yeah, we'll just go for Faint here. And Hariyama should live one Muddy Water anyway. Actually, I could go for the Heavy Slam, but I'd rather go for Faint for guaranteed chip damage to put it in range of Nihilego's Sludge Bomb in case he goes for maybe a second Calm Mind potentially. So yeah, I'll just go for Faint here. Like, Faint is just such a safe play here, and Faint is going to be adding up no matter what. So either my opponent decides to go for Calm Mind, unless you have like Z Haze or something, or maybe Mist. I think Mist also works. As we're going to see the Moonblast come out into the Hariyama here. That's going to be able to pick up the knockout because my opponent did not want to risk the potential of me going for the Heavy Slam or maybe a Poison Jab to pick up the knockout, which makes sense as we are going to be able to get the Flamethrower onto Tapu Fini. And Nihilego, you shall seal up the game with your Sludge Bomb. Nihilego was just so crucial in this matchup. It really was just so crucial. Yeah, my opponent's answers to Nihilego were to Celesteela and Snorlax if it did have high horsepower, but I don't think it had high horsepower. Yeah, just not having the Pokemon to handle what I brought to the team, I think. And yeah, I can just go for the Sludge Bomb here and the high horsepower, and that would be good game to my opponent because Sludge Bomb will definitely be able to finish off his Tapu Fini at +1. Even the, yeah, it's 25%. So Tapu Fini is going to go down and we will take the game. So nice. Yeah, that game went a lot differently than I expected. Originally, what I expected was the Salamence because I thought Salamence would be giving me a lot of trouble there. But luckily, my opponent didn't bring Salamence, which, you know, prevented, you know, two things. One, Intimidate, so Hariyama could get the knockout with close combat. Two, a way for, you know, a really good late game sweeper. One, Salamence could get Supersonic Sky Strike, knock out my Lilligant, +1 Earthquake would outspeed and KO my Nihilego, as well do a lot of damage to Torkoal. And I don't think Torkoal could have really fired back too much damage after that because of the fact, you know, I would have +2 Flamethrower, but definitely doesn't knock out Salamence, especially since Persian can always Parting Shot. Persian always had the Fake Out. And luckily, my opponent really didn't have a good answer to the Nihilego because of the fact that it looked like Snorlax, I don't think it carried high horsepower because it didn't look like it revealed high horsepower. I mean, it had a Protect. I would assume it would be like Belly Drum, Recycle, and, you know, a normal type move. That's kind of what I'm expecting there. So really nice of how it played out. So hope everyone enjoyed today's episode of VGC 17 Back-to-Back Battles. Again, content I think I did say might be slowing down for the next few days as I do have to travel. But hope everyone did enjoy today's episode. If you did, please leave a like down below. It shows your support, as well as you can check out my other stuff, my social medias down below in the description. And have a good day, people. And yeah, I will see you around next time.